Welcome to Amnesia Dark Descent. What follows is a couple of quick messages on how to get the best possible experience. Amnesia should not be played to win. Instead, focus on immersing yourself in the game's world and story. I'm gonna turn up the volume then. Do not worry about when and how to save during gameplay. The game will take care of that for you. When you want to leave the game, just choose Save and Exit. You can then use Continue to return where you left off next time you start up the game. World of Amnesia is a dangerous place and you are extremely vulnerable. Do not try to fight the enemies encountered. Instead, use your wits, hide, or even run if necessary. The interplay between light and dark is very important to the game, and because this is vital to set up the gamma correctly, use the slider below to do so. Adjust it until the square at the right is barely visible. Wait, there's a square at the right? What? Oh, it's this one. Well, I want this. Make sure to play in a dark room and wear headphones for the best effect. Is small time headphones like what I'm wearing right now to make this broadcast a thing? I hope not, or I hope not. Oh, hold on. Give me just a moment. Oop, that's a bit loud. Turn that down, actually. Devices, audio devices. Output. There we go. Okay, is this the best way? Yep. That is all. Hope you enjoy immersing yourself in the world of Amnesia. Fictional games. Amnesia The Dark Descent. Now, show effects subtitles, yes. I'm gonna keep subtitles. Focus. This one, commentary, I'll take it. Graphics. This input. Put this up to 2, please. Thank you. Inventory is this. Menu. Interact. Lean. Journal. Crouch. Jump. What is this? Oh, it's lantern. Low movement. Rotate. What does rotate mean? Oh, okay, I get it. I get it. Okay. Interact. Okay. Boom. Start a new game. Yes. Welcome back, everybody. So it's been a while. It's been like a good week since I've done something. Maybe 2-3 weeks. I have no clue. But I'm back. I am gonna be staying back. And
don't forget, some things mustn't be forgotten. The shadow hunting me. I must hurry. My name is Daniel. I live in London at Mayfair. What have I done? This is crazy. Don't forget. Don't forget. I must stop him. Focus. My name is... I am Daniel.
So, you wake up. I'm actually feeling a bit tired, so I'm gonna try and understand his point. Ugh. Follow the liquid trail and its soul and find its source. Yeesh. A bit loud, don't you think?
The name of this level is Rainy Hall, and it's supposed to be a combination of atmosphere setter and tutorial for the player. We wanted the player to start the game in a slow way so they could settle in and get used to how the game works. Amnesia is not a game with constant action happening all the time, and we wanted to have a constrained map where the player gets used to this. The only thing you need to do is to follow the track and get to the end of the level. Also, Following tracks is something that becomes very useful in later levels, so we try to teach players this from the start.
Tinderbox. I'll take it. Interesting. Hello. Kind of just... Well, I mean, I've seen the beginning, but I've never played anything behind. That's a bit creepy. That's very creepy. Okay, so that's jump, crouch, journal. Oh, that's right. Interact is the right trigger. Interesting. I don't do well with horror games. It's not something I'm used to. So
this is one of the first level that we created for the game, and it was initially part of the archives level, which we will reach in a bit. Amnesia started out with a pretty different design, and when we redesigned it, the maps did not fit. This caused us to split them up and scatter them out. So in the first design, after this corridor, the archives level was supposed to follow, and the room lying there now was built much later. In fact, the first designs did not have Daniel waking up with an amnesia at all, and it was actually added later on. In the first story draft, Daniel still had hidden memories, but he was unaware of this at the start of the story. However, as we redesigned things, we found the waking up with amnesia thingy, although a bit cliché, much more fitting.
am I the only one who heard a bit of moaning? I hope not. I'm gonna close the door. Is there a light thing? least I hope so. It's very creepy. I really don't like the moaning. Can you please stop? What is this? Can you please stop, sir? That is moaning in my ear. Don't like it. Don't like it. Oh. It is not fun. It is not fun to listen to. Ah. Alright, back into here. Boxes. Boxes. Fine. They're also a little bit odd. Oh hey! Some more tinder boxes. I'll gladly take these. Anything? No. Was it pretty much useless to come back this way? I think so. Let's just head back here. I'm gonna turn on the light for this place. Why? Because I'd rather have my insanity, or my sanity, instead of lose it. It's way too dark over here. This needs to get lit up a bit. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Hello there, good friend of souls. I have returned and I am staying. Oh hey! I guess this is what happens when you start to move boxes. Remind me to start bashing boxes over the device. Chiff, chiff, chiff. Let me out! No. Let me out. Fine. This is incinerator. Closet. Anything? Aha! Tinderbox. I'll take it. Can I open this? There we go. Rest in... Ah, this way. the fuck? Okay then.
19th of August, 1839. I wish I could ask how much you remember. I don't know if there will be anything left after I consume this drink. Don't be afraid, Daniel. I can't tell you why, but know this.
Yeah.
I choose to forget. Try to find comfort and strength in that fact. There is a purpose. You are my final effort to put things right. God willing, the name Alexander of Brandenburg still invokes bitter anger in you. If not, this will sound horrible. Go to the inner sanctum, find Alexander, and kill him. His body is old and weak, and yours, young and strong. He will be no match for you. One last thing. A shadow is following you. It's a living nightmare, breaking down reality. I have tried everything, and there is no way to fight back. You need to escape it as long as you can. Redeem us both, Daniel. Descend into the darkness where Alexander waits and murder him. Your former self, Daniel.
He's basically asking me to kill someone for something that I don't even recognize. Please tell me what any of the any relevance of that being required. Boxes. Gotta destroy them. I mean, at least you've had a PS4. Ooh, hello. Oh, for fuck's sake. Nope. Motherfucker. Whoa, I did something. I did something. Whoa, hello. Creepy. Yeah, of course. I mean... Well, of course. I'm not streaming as much because, again, I just moved. I tried to post a video, but shit decided to fuck up for me. Hold down L2 while moving. Creepy. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Mark Nikander. I'm a 3D artist and level creator at Fictional Games. I started out as an helper during Penumbra Overture, and I was finally hired as a full-time artist in the later part of Penumbra Black Plague.
Okay.
Alexander, is it inside the castle?
In a manner of speaking. Come, bring the lamp. You've been to the refinery, have you not?
I don't believe I have. Is it connected to the... what did you call it?
The inner sanctum. My most precious chamber, Daniel. And it lies well beyond the refinery. In fact, it lies beneath the very stone of Brandenburg.
The entrance hall was first shown in our first gameplay trailer, and while the layout hasn't changed much, the details certainly have. We built our levels from sets of pieces,
everything
in this
because I had
case,
to reset
a custom-based set.
to
While the carefully planned set pieces made level building very easy, the levels became very similar, and we had to make special pieces for the level. Now, 1.5 years later, the special pieces make up about half of the pieces in the custom-based set, and we made changes to incorporate these objects into the earlier levels. An example of this can be seen if you compare the hole in the roof now with the one from the first trailer. The new roof was made in the middle of the project, when we built level 9 back hall. A special version was made to give the roof hole in the entrance hall more depth and detail.
Okay. Now that he has finished talking. Bloodborne I'm re-downloading. I'm gonna wait for Dark Souls 3 until I've completed Bloodborne at least once on New Game Plus. So, expect more Bloodborne.
Get away from me!
rule the day you did not choose my armor. Are you? I'm pretty sure it's Rue, Soul. Oh, wrong one. Wait, journal. This. Memento, find the wine killer's cellar key. Daniel's note to self. Okay, so I guess I'm going to the laboratory? I think so. Door slammed shut behind him and he knew he would never see again the old tailor at Berkeley Square. Another lone soul in London. Seemed appropriate somehow. Creepy. Creepy.
The particle editor is also a fine part of the tool bundle, and it is what we use to create particle effects for maps and events. We use particles to do nice effects like the flames in torches and the smoke that comes out from them. All we have to do is add one or more particle emitters, set up some parameters like starting position and speed, on all sorts of fadings in size, color or speed. It's funny how you can simulate all kinds of effects with such simple elements. I very much recommend you to try it yourself.
Maybe so. I'll be able to help at some point, but for right now, I'm... Creepy. Creepy.
There should be more coop rats. Let me see. And one part.
No, don't run out, please. Don't run out, please. Don't run out. Lack of a chimney to properly vent the fumes from my most recent pyramids has taken its toll on many of my less stable ingredients in storage. Some seem to have affected, but many are stained by the fumes and will be difficult to salvage. Shall do what I can and move them to the wine cellar. I am not a fan of horror games. It's not fun. Ow. Ow. Come on now, soul. None of that. Oh, I'm only gonna take it. Dang, I hate hate horror games, but I need to be man. I need to be a man. I hate fucking horror games. I can't deal with it. I don't deal with horror games well. Fuck off, soul. Oh, I did not expect that to hurt. Ew. Thank you. I am not a fan of horror games. I cannot take horror games well. I am not a fan. I am not a horror fan person. I prefer sticking to something that I could actually understand. Quiet. Oh shit, I don't have any oil. Okay, so the wine cellar is there. It's a locked off door. Staircase. 1, 2, 7. Fuck off. What is over here? Downstairs. With a broken. Ooh, fuck that. Let me see. Oop, the archives. Hello there again, archives. I'm gonna go here and then I'm gonna go here. Boom. How much is my house? All is good. I like that. All is good. Bit of blood here. Can I pick up these rocks? No. Pick up the rock. It's Clive. I'm gonna name this rock Clive. I'm gonna name this rock Clive. No. I want to take this rock with me. Oh wait. Ew. Fuck is that?
This is one of the many hub levels in the game. And this is a design concept that we started out with in Penumbra. The idea is to give the player some freedom on where to go, but at the same time give a clear objective. In this level, the slime obstacle is the thing that the player needs to get past, and all other levels then have things needed to do so. The slime itself is one of the few puzzles left from the initial designs, and the one I'm probably the least proud of. Now that slime appears all around, it feels a bit forced that you need to have a potion on the slime. Many testers also complained that they wanted other options in getting rid of the slime, like burning it. However, creating a potion is the central theme for this hub, so we had to let it be. I don't think it's that bad, but we probably could have redesigned it if we had time.
Clive. I have with me Clive. I will keep Clive with me and I will knock some bitches over. This is an openable trunk. Please tell me it's an openable trunk. Oh, thank God it's an openable trunk. Aha. Ew. Those are big fucking magnets. Of course it's so fucking dark, by the way. Whoa. I am not liking this. By the way, it's fucking dark because it's because it's dark. Kind of gotta immerse myself into this game. I am not a fan of horror games, okay? If it tells me to do something, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna damn well do it. I may hate it, but fuck it. I don't care. Oh. Nah, I'm not going to. Oh, I am such a pansy. What the fuck? Okay.
To finish this little overview of our tools, I must mention the material editor, available both standalone and built into the other editors. The program itself is very simple to use. You have some material types defined by the engine, and you can throw in textures to be used for diffuse, normal maps, height maps, as well as some variables to control specific parameters for a material type. When I was writing it, I could just stare while the preview model rotated around itself and the parallax mapping effect was on when testing, just for fun. Another piece of the toolset is the model editor, used to create the entities you are interacting with while playing. Basically, we take a model and set up some parameters like physical bodies, joints, and user-defined variables.
Yeah,
we can also attach entities to them, like lights, particle systems. When an entity is finally set up, it is ready to be placed in a level using the level editor. Examples of entities here are doors, lamps, most furniture, critters.
Oh god.
This level was changed a lot, and I think it's one of the most tweaked levels that we got. Not only was it part of the big archives level that we had to split up, but it was also hard to get it engaging enough. The problem here is that we don't have any sort of fun mechanic that we rely on to make the game engaging. Instead, we rely on story, atmosphere, and environment. This is true for many other levels and the game as a whole, but these were kind of the one of the larger levels that we made, and also one that didn't have much puzzles and such. So when testing it, we quickly get bored with it, and we wanted to add more spooky events to spice it up. But then later on, testing proved that these events weren't that necessary, and we also felt that they were a bit lame and not fitting, so we decided to remove them. Then the back part of the level, we wanted to make that a more linear experience. with the current player getting trapped and all, forcing the player to solve the destroy wall and find secret door puzzles. Previously, testers often missed that they can solve these problems. The level is now very different from the early designs.
So, you start playing this game then. What the fuck was that?
When I started writing, I had only outlined the framework for the story and the first few levels in the game design document. So I ended up finalizing a lot of material for the first levels, and then when those were done, we planned out the last 2/3 or so.
Play this then, Soul.
This had a funny effect since I had to not only cater to the story, but to stay true to the stuff I've written for the first levels. Usually you can go back and forth while writing and change things, but if you have already recorded voices, you really shouldn't because of the costs. So the first text really shaped the rest of the material in an interesting way. It made them matter in a way I hadn't thought about. I really like how this thickens the story elements, as I am able to jump back into the material and keep using and reinforcing certain concepts. Agrippa is of course the most extreme effect of this method, which grew from a small reference to becoming one of the most important characters in the game.
16th of May, later that evening, we uncovered a pattern. Tomorrow.
Hey there, Jacket. Soul, I will remove you from your moderator status. Play this game and you will understand. Oh, it was already in there. Oh god, that sound. New diary entry or new note? Memento.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Not really. Early 2000s.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Fuck this. Fuck. Oldstad and Brennberg Castle 1801. Another region rich with lore is Alstad, deep within the East Prosian woods. For centuries, there have been stories surrounding the hamlet and its neighbor, Castle Brennberg. Quiet forest-clad mountains, the rest of its scattered lakes, is as picturesque as can be, yet the area is haunted by the dark. Ask any local and you will hear proof of the widespread superstition. Travelers should indulge themselves in such conversations, it would certainly serve as exciting entertainment. All of them have their own twists on the tales, but there are some motives that keep preparing. The story reaches all the way back to the time of the 30 Years' War. It's said that the soldiers who abandoned their duty got lost in the cold dark woods and were forever damned to roam the grounds. Their bodies wrought by their tainted souls have left them disfigured and empty of essence. Many have cited them over the years and described them as horrid revenants. They move silently through the woods, shying away from any beholder. They're called gatherers, as they seem to follow some ambition to steal living creatures. It is their prey which can be heard struggling inside damp burlap sacks, dragged behind them which reveal their presence. What sort of scheme do they follow? Heinrich Cornelius Agrippa, the well-known erudite, visited Alstad at the start of the 16th century. He resided in the local inn for a fortnight as he looked for remnants of kingdoms past. During his stay, all the prominent members of the society paid notice, and he's mentioned in many records of the time. One day he went to investigate a burrow in the northern, and only never to be seen again. Heinrich is owned to have passed away and could ennoble some 10 years later. He dismissed the notion of ever visiting Alstad, which makes you wonder what really happened. Who was this mysterious man who visited the sleepy hamlet in the woods, and what happened to him? Baron of Brandenburg lives a reclusive life with his family at his castle nearby Alstadt, and like most, those of noble birth. Rumors are inherited alongside with the title. Researching this history reveals little before the castle was consumed by fire in the late 18th century. It was rebuilt by Alexander, a nobleman from the Rhinelands, claiming the role as protector from the Prussian state. Itchy arm. Alexander helped the region to flourish and remain popular throughout his presumed lifetime. Time for me to sleep. Family's always been secretive when it comes to lineage and heritage. Therefore, the birth and death of Alexander and his offspring has never been fully recorded. This has fed the idea that the Baron is in fact the same who came from the west over 300 years ago, lived through the time of occupation, and joined the coveted Order of the Black Eagle, along with the great leaders of his country. Huh. Why is this book? I get it. Is it another one? Yeah, this is another one. 1, 2, 3. How many in total? Is the question. I think he said 3. Hide. Oh, okay, good. Well, I'm gonna take this time to... Well, yeah, I'm gonna take this time to actually go through and just say goodbye, everybody. I'm back. I'm gonna try my best to finish this game as much as possibly can. I'm gonna be continuing the download process for the other games as well. That way I've got something else to do other than play this. I'm gonna be going to sleep now. For now, and trying my best to get as much shite done as possible. I'm back. I'm gonna stay back. I'm gonna be putting up a update notice on the schedule next week on my days of which I will be doing the streaming. I'll be posting videos regularly, be posting videos on my computer as soon as I get that done as well. If there's anything like you want to request, I can go through and figure something out. If you want to see me do stuff for Destiny 2, anything, give me a game for the PS4 or the computer, I will think about getting it, or I will think about downloading it if it's a game that you've previously seen. Besides all of that, I'm gonna leave. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's been 53 minutes. I am back. I've said that many times, but I don't care. I am back and I am staying back. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good day if it's like already morning for you. And yeah, stay great, people. Do not get hurt out there. There's still a hurricane going around. I don't know why. It's pretty much gone by now, but yeah. Oh, have a good night, everybody. And I'll see you either tomorrow or Sunday afternoon. Goodbye, everybody.